Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, does not cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Three of Swords. This is very often a card of sorrow, of heartbreak. To me, it feels like this card is about understanding the process of change, the process of creation on the mental plane. Okay? How are we using our power of thinking? What are we thinking about? How are we imagining or creating our reality by our thoughts? Okay, so this is recognizing the power of that, recognizing how that works, understanding the power of our thoughts. Yeah, if you hold it in your mind, you're going to hold it in your hand. Well, let's make sure we want what that is, right? Let's put this card into a little bit of context. Let's see what we are doing with this. Very often this card is about sort of reliving or recreating a past negative event. Okay, we're reliving something terrible that has happened to us and we're feeling terrible about it now. You've got the Emperor here. You've got, whoa, this is a Prince of Swords. This is a fixed air energy. This is one of the Aquarius power cards. So this is your ability to fix your mind on anything at will, right? And this is the power that we need to bring forth, right? You have an Ace. This is that past event, positive or negative. We have the Two of Swords into a Six of Swords. So it really is a lot of air energy. See, it's all about the thinking and how we're taking control of the thinking in order to move forward. Okay, over here we have the Four of Cups. We have an Eight of Wands. We have a Four of Wands. And we've got the Fool. Freedom. You are liberated from the past. You're liberated from whatever your mind has been kind of like ruminating on. Whatever this past event is, I think Spirit's saying we need to let it go. We need to make the choice to direct our thoughts toward the future, toward what we wish to create. Because it's kind of, it's true. It's absolutely true that what we think about most often, what we're always sort of imagining, what we're experiencing mentally, is that's going to sort of color our reality. You hold it in your head long enough, you're going to hold it in your hand at some point. Okay? So this is about making the conscious, willful decision to let go of what we have been doing in the past, because for all intents and purposes, your body, your heart, your mind, it doesn't know the difference between this being in the past or this being something that's happening right now, right? So we're keeping this wound open rather than letting it heal. And also there's not that much water energy here, so healing is the big part of the reading today, okay? We're going to select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with Bubo, the mechanical owl, right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. Now, looking around the room here for our major arcana, we have the Emperor and the Fool. That's it. So the Emperor is kind of taking charge to let go of something, right? We have to willfully and intentionally choose our liberation rather than being tied up in the air energy that we see right here. right? We have the power to fix our mind on anything it will with this fixed air energy here. So we have our majors. We've got fire here. We have a little bit of water. You got air, 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 a little bit of earth. It doesn't matter what the earth is. That's why this is an ace of pentacles, because it doesn't matter what this event was. What matters is that you're keeping that wound open by staying attached to this. Okay? And we're sort of reliving this. We're recreating it. We are perhaps ruminating on it. I think that we're spending a lot of time on this event. Now, there is this idea here of perhaps going through this event mentally and choosing a different outcome, choosing that it goes a different way, right? Whatever actually happened, right, that's the painful reality. But what you can do with your mind is you can imagine that it went a different way. Imagine you conquering the situation and coming out victorious and getting away from that and really allow that scenario to go your way. Okay? Maybe we had a bad encounter with someone at work, or we got into an argument, or something happened and we lost our job, or we broke up with a partner or something like this, or they broke up with us, right? Let's go through that situation and imagine that it went a different way. Okay, that could be related to our Eight of Wands here in the environment. Be creative with how we're doing that. But the important thing is this Emperor energy right in the middle, because this is authority, this is control, this is leadership. And I think right now your mind needs your leadership. It needs this executive function to get us out of this, out of this Three of Swords, out of this heartbreak, out of this this turmoil that we're in. Okay, it takes an act of will. There's no easy way around it except to face it and find a way to let go of it and move toward our Six of Swords in the future position. Okay, it has to be a conscious choice. And sometimes the two up here, the Two of Swords, it is that choice. But sometimes the Two of Swords is a card of forgiveness. This is kind of the card of making peace with something. Okay, and it really could be severing the connection. It could be. I feel like you have some kind of an object related to this thing. You have something that's like a talisman. It's like a link, a magical link that you still have. Maybe it's a personal item of your ex or something that belonged to that person or something like this, but you still have some sort of object. Maybe this is about the mental and symbolic severing of that connection and get rid of that object. Keeping it with you kind of keeps that energy attached to you. So I kind of look at this card too as a pair of scissors. We need to cut the cord. All right, we gotta cut that energy off now so that we can be liberated. It's like the Fool is a balloon full of helium, right? That has a string and it's tied to the ground. We cut that string, and the Fool is able to, liberating that energy, right? So I wonder if this is a kind of a forgiveness, but maybe not exactly that. I feel it is a letting go. I feel like it's a cutting of the ties, cutting the connection, figuring out what that object is that you still have that's related to that person or to that event. Okay, and makes sense with an Ace of Pentacles too, that we might be talking about a particular object that you still have that I think you have to get rid of it. I don't know if if you see it every day or if you've recently kind of took it out of wherever it was being stored. But I feel like it's something that we need to get rid of. Okay. You have your fixed air energy underneath everything. This is an Aquarius power card. This is you know how important it is to get control over your thinking. And you know that positive thinking leads to positive results. Negative thinking obviously leads to negative results. So I think that this is you knowing what you need to do and just really finding the energy, finding the will to just say, okay, I'm gonna do it. That's what it really comes down to, is just fixing your mind on what you need to do. With all the air, Spirit's saying you know what to do. You're not looking for any kind of tools. You're not looking for a quick solution. You know that it all comes down to the Emperor, liberating this energy, cutting this tie, whatever this is. Okay, I don't know if it was a relationship, or if it was a path that didn't go anywhere, if it's something that you maybe you tried and failed, or whatever it may have been. It doesn't matter exactly what it was. The important thing is to recognize that we're still affected by this, and we have to move forward, because the Six of Swords it's a blueprint, it's a plan for the future. And this is here already. So I think you have a plan for the future already, or Spirit has a plan for you. But we're not going to get to that if we stay connected with this past thing. Okay? So we have to look at it to recognize it, and we have to find a way to cut that cord, to sever that connection. Okay? Very straightforward energy today. On the path of the Serpent, we have general energy, Four of Cups. This is healing. This is the only water energy we have. This is a card that says, I need to just be okay. I don't have to love it. I don't, we're arriving at a safe harbor. Maybe we've been out in this storm of this Three of Swords. This is us getting to a safe cove out by an island in the ocean somewhere, where we're away from the storm. We could put our anchor down. We could be okay. No holes in the boat. Boat's not sinking. This isn't us sailing off to adventure either, though. This is a temporary harbor where we can heal, we can recover, we can check the damage, and we can fix the sails, and we can get ready to continue forward. So I think right now the idea is to just heal, to just be okay, to make ourselves whole again. And then we can go off in search of adventure, because that's what the Fool's going to do. Right? But the first things first, we have to sever this connection, and we have to let ourselves be okay. We have to, and maybe this requires a little bit of self-care, a little bit of downtime, a little bit of time away from all of the busyness of life, to stabilize our emotions. Okay? I think that sometimes your responsibilities or your social interactions give you a little bit of anxiety. We've got the Eight of Wands with the 4 and the 4 here. In the position of the environment is the Eight of Wands, and that sometimes is a card of anxiety. Sometimes this is a card of having too much, too many things in life that are drawing your attention from you. See, this is like your eyes are trying to look in every direction at once. And it may feel a little bit overwhelming right now, so it might be that we need a little bit of self-care, a little bit of healing in order to get past this situation and prepare ourselves for moving forward. Okay? So it feels like you have the plan. You know what you want to do. You know what the future can be like if you were to start moving in this direction and getting on this track here, following this blueprint. But then we've got that Eight of Wands that sort of makes it feel like I just can't seem to get started. I get distracted. I get overwhelmed. It feels like there's too much to do. I have difficulty concentrating. Okay, so we feel like our concentration is just sort of, it's firing out in all these different directions at once. We can't really seem to focus. And I think that's because of this past thing, and that's because of our Three of Swords. We need to get rid of that object that's in your house. I don't know what that is. But then I think this, if it is a little bit of anxiety, this will calm down. We will find ourselves more able to focus, and we'll be able to get back on track, and this Fool will feel the liberated now to follow the path, to follow that journey, to kind of live your quest here. The Four of Wands is in the position of the obstacle or the difficulty. The difficulty is the closure. The Four of Wands, right? Completing the cycle and finding the closure that you need. That's the hard part. That's why we're here. This is a Venus in Aries. To me, it feels like this is some kind of a relationship thing, whether it's romantic or platonic, I don't know. But it feels like this is something that we need to find the closure. I think the closure is to give back all their personal effects, to get everything out of your house that belonged to them, to cut that tie. And whether that is, I don't know if you have any other kind of connection with that person, if there's some kind of if there's shared ownership of something like that, but these kind of things need to be tied up. The loose ends, right, need to be tied up. And then I think we'll find the closure, and the closure is going to give you the freedom. It's going to give you a lightness about you. And that's going to be our Fool energy at the end here. And that's going to be your ability to start following this path again, to get this future that you already have the plan for. And maybe it's kind of saying that, hey, you know what, this is an unexpected kind of, if it's an unexpected breakup or something like this, it kind of put a little hiccup in your plans. It was a bit of it's a bit of a roadblock that you didn't expect to be there, but then suddenly, there it is. So dealing with this is going to allow us to get back on track and to start this journey. I think it is a liberation. It's not easy energy by any means, but let's look at our mystery card. I want to see obviously something very positive, right? I want to see some good water energy. I want to see a 6 of Cups maybe. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. A Queen of Cups. It is water energy. It's an exploration of our own emotional depths. Really not spending time in this safe harbor. Not to deny how we feel, not to distract ourselves from how we feel, but to just feel how we feel. Self-love, self-care, radical self-love and self-care, and self-acceptance, right? Being compassionate with ourselves. Allowing ourselves to feel how we feel, and the Four of Cups is that safe place where we can just feel it. Maybe you got to take a day off work, maybe you just got to kind of stay home or just go be with your friends or your family and just feel how you feel. Not thinking that we have to distract ourselves, not thinking that I just have to ignore how I feel and it'll get better, but just to feel it. To accept how we feel and to let all that energy flow. That's going to be the liberation, okay? Anyway, very short reading, very to the point. I think this is, it's very straightforward. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading, though, too, if you want to stick around. There's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Aquarius Thursday and Sunday. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. It is totally free. Yeah. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know where in the world you're currently watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.